Okay, everybody, let's talk housekeeping for week 10. Okay, I want a couple of emails or just one email with both participations. Some of you have started doing that. That's great, no problem. Okay, so day 1 participation is, what's the trick for making sure you line up the terms on the factor track properly? So there's something I said, I don't know, probably 15, 20 times in the video about this is how you know you're doing it right. If you're something, 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 then you know you have the terms lined up properly in the factor track. So something about matching something or something happening that I wanted to see. So email me about that. What are you trying to do with the blocks? That's what I want to know. Okay, I'm going to upload the homework, which is just multiplying binomials. It's kind of a review of how to multiply, and I will circle again the ones that I want you to do, because again, I don't want you to do every single problem, and you'll just work those out. So it kind of looks like this, multiplying binomials there. I might load both but not make you do all of it, of course, because it's a lot of problems there if you're having to sketch out a bunch of stuff. So be sure that if it says sketch it out that you're making me a drawing. You will use the little mini mats again that I loaded up. This is the full size mat, but on the mini mats there's 4 or 6 of those in there. Somebody asked me this last week, there's actually a third mat and a third mini mat on there. It looks kind of like a balance, like the balance stuff we did a week or two ago, a couple of weeks ago. If you see that one, don't stress out yet. That's the equation mat. We haven't started solving equations using these algebra blocks and algebra tiles yet. But that's coming, don't worry. Okay, so you will start seeing that. It's coming up soon. I just want you to be aware it's out there. Okay, so don't stress out about that extra mat yet. Okay. Day 2 participation. What's the difference between a division problem and a factoring problem when using algebra tiles or algebra blocks? Okay, in what ways do they look different? So physically, what's happening with the blocks that's different when you do a division problem versus when you do a factoring problem? Again, shoot me an email about that. That can be the same email that you sent day 1 participation. That's fine. It's better if you separate it out some way from the actual homework, though. Let me know that it's in there if you're writing it and it's attached, so that I give you credit for that. Okay? And then the homework for day 2 is the extending division problems. Again, I'll upload that. It's the lab 7.3 for algebra blocks. And again, you'll have to do some sketching. So this will also be done on the quadrant mat. And again, only do the problems that I have circled unless you just want to do way too much. Okay, I did get your test 2s. I think pretty much everybody did test 2. Might be missing one, but I think most of you did it. So if you haven't done it, then it's kind of too late now. I've already started grading, and I'm going to get those out to you. I'll try to get those out to you by the end of the week. But I'll get those done, and I know we just took test 2, but it's time to start kind of thinking about test 3, because test 3 is all about algebra tiles and algebra blocks. So test 3 is the one where you video yourself. You will not go to a testing center for this. This is on your own. So yay. I did have a request from some of the people in the Commerce area to come in and do it in person. I did think about it, and I decided, no, it's not quite fair to my people that are in Kaufman or my people that are in Navarro, Corsicana, that some people have to video themselves and some don't. So I'm sorry, everybody will have to do a video. It would actually be easier for me if we just scheduled it face-to-face. That's what we do normally. You would just come to my office and do it. But since we're not doing that, you will have to video yourself. You can use, for instance, your cell phone video. That's fine. You'd probably need a tripod, and I don't really mind that. Just be aware that your video quality needs to be pretty good, right? And then you'll upload it into D2L. Probably is gonna, depending on the size of the video, you might not be able to email it to me. So you'll probably have to upload it into D2L. So at the time of test 3, I will create a homework, an assignment for it in D2L, and that'll make a submission folder so that you can upload it there. I'm just worried about the videos being too big and not wanting to come through the email. So don't plan to email that one. Plan to upload it into D2L. Okay. Some thoughts about that. Some people did ask how I make my videos. I use the document camera, usually in Binion Hall 329, which is like the math ed classroom. If you are around campus, or even if you're in Navarro or Kaufman area, if there's a school campus near you and if they have the document cameras that have the, it's the Easy Interactive software with it, so it's the Epson, it's pretty much the standard for Tamusi. If they have that white document camera, you could use that, because that's what I use, and I just use the software that's in the computer. If you're around this area, you want to do that with me, you would have to schedule it. We have to avoid class times and all that, and normally a Friday afternoon would be the best time. So those will be coming, the questions will be coming to you individually. Each student's going to have a different set of questions. You are not allowed to talk to each other about your set of questions, but you can think about it and rehearse it in advance, because you're going to know for yourself what your set of questions looks like, right? But you're not going to talk to other people about it. I'll probably make you sign off on a confidentiality waiver or an ethics waiver or whatever, saying that you're not going to share information. All right, I will be loading some stuff into D2L so that you can see this. So for instance, what the heck are these problems going to look like, Dr. Webster? Okay, here are some sample questions. There are some adding and subtracting things with just regular old integers. So I want to make sure that you know, for instance, what I had you send me. If it's a subtraction problem, you have to take off the mat, right? Subtraction means take away. So 4 minus 9, I would have a positive 4 on my mat, and I need to minus 9, take 9 away, subtract 9. So I don't have enough. So you're going to have to zero pair that guy, right? But notice the zero pair is not what's the subtraction. The zero pair just happens to happen because there's not enough. If this was 9 minus 4, there would be no zero pair, right? 9 minus 4 just means you've got 9 units sitting on the mat. Minus 4 means take away 4, right? The zero pairs comes in whenever it's something like this where I need to take off more than what's available. Then I would have to make it so that there's extra on the mat before I can take them all off. So some adding and subtracting monomials, multiplying binomials. Okay, multiplying binomials. What do those things look like? Can you do those? Dividing binomials, factoring trinomials, and then the last thing we haven't done is the solving basic equations. So next week I'll spend a little bit more time on factoring trinomials, but I feel like you should pretty much have it. And then we'll do solving basic equations. So we'll use that extra mat, and you will have seen on by next week. That is week 11, okay? Week 12 is when you'll get your problems. Week 13 is the week of Thanksgiving. See how quickly this is going away? So you have to get your videos to me by week 13. If you happen to do them all during week 12 and turn them all in week 12, then you're done with your test. That's fine. There will be a homework assignment week 12. It'll be due on the Monday of Thanksgiving. But again, if you get all that done and out of the way, then you won't have to worry about what's going on week 13. Week 13 is technically the week we're turning in the test. Okay? I'll get you the questions week 12. You will get them back to me week 13. All right? And then after that is week 14. We actually will have a slight video for week 13, just a little bit of information, 1 day's worth, because we're closed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? So 1 day's worth. And then week 14 is new material, and then week 15 is review week, and week 16 is the exam, final exam. So if you don't remember for the final exam, so that's what that looks like. Okay. If you don't remember for the final exam, I will be offering a face-to-face exam sometime during finals week here in Commerce. Just for you guys, or if you happen to be around and you want to come in during one of my test times, I'll get you all my test times that you can come in whenever my other classes are going, and you can come in. If you're not close enough to come to one of those things, though, you're going to need to schedule one more exam during finals week at a testing center. Okay, you'll need to make sure that those testing centers are open during finals week. For instance, the ATC here in Commerce is not open during finals week, so that's why I'm offering a face-to-face with me. So think that through in advance. Week 16, it'll be here before we know it. This week is Halloween, guys. That's the beginning of the whole entire holiday season, so to speak. So Halloween, Thanksgiving in about 4 weeks. Christmas soon after, and we'll be done before that. So there's only 7 weeks left as of today, so think ahead. I will also load up the rubric for the in-office portion of exam 2, or it's actually exam 3 for us. So it's the algebra blocks piece. So I'll load this up so that you can see the kinds of things I'm thinking about, so that as you're starting to look, I'll load up some sample questions, I'll load up the rubric. You'll know what I'm thinking about for week, or test 3 for the video. If you have questions, or if you want to talk to me about document cameras or anything like that in the area, then just shoot me an email or drop by to see me. Alright, I think that's all for week 10. Oh my gosh, double digits, we're done. Yay! Y'all have a good week. See you soon.